to do, honestly, was like, how do friends talk to each other, and what does it feel like when you go through difficult moments together?
As an actor, you can use your body and you do some voice stuff to make your scenes and stuff and make it all happen. But when you're doing voiceover, you have to have an inflection of voice, tone, and pitch. How did you
Right.
make it so believable and emotional?
Well, I had a lot of help, first of all. I mean, the truth is when people notice an animated performance, they, wow, it seems so real and everything. There's 2,000 people or something. I don't know how many people are in the crew, but a lot of people creating all those little details, and the things that move you are created by a big community of people. But that said, for my part, the things that I do, I think what I credit it to is having those other actors in the room with me. So when I'm doing a scene with Sarah, I'm not just reading my lines and then Sarah comes in some other day and reads her lines. She's there in front of me, so we're making eye contact and we're talking to each other, and Sarah and I are friends, actually, her and I ourselves. So I think that comes across, and I think that makes your job a lot easier when you have a pair of human eyes across from you to look at. So thanks for noticing that. It's something that we tried really hard to do, honestly, was like, how do friends talk to each other, and what does it feel like when you go through difficult moments together?
When I was watching the film, I noticed it because on other films you could see that they laid the track and they laid the other track, like 2 different days for recording. But on this one, there was a sense or emotion or feeling that right when you finished speaking, Sarah would come in, and maybe by her little voice, her little girl voice was, wow.
Really
She kind of
cracks
stole
me
it a little
up.
bit too there. But it was just, you can feel the real emotion of it. I really felt it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's definitely true. Like, we made an effort from the very beginning on the first movie that we made with these characters to be in the room together as much as possible, because that's when you improvise and you're coming up with ideas and you're kind of spitballing and throwing ideas around. It's really good to all be there at the same time, because like you said, if you improvise a line, then if someone tries to come back 2 weeks later and respond to a line you've improvised, you've kind of missed the moment.
When you were growing up as a kid, what cartoons or animations influenced you?
Cartoons, well, I watched a lot of cartoons on TV, like Bugs Bunny and that kind of thing. But for a cinema experience, it really was the Disney films. Those the wide world of Disney. That logo would come up, and you'd watch whatever it was, Dumbo or The Sorcerer's Apprentice, or
Fantasia.
Fantasia, exactly. Those are important moments, and when I think that something needs to be pointed out that, like, in this modern age, we're really used to dazzling effects, incredibly detailed special effects that seem so realistic you kind of can't tell what's real and what's not. But back in the day when I was a kid, you saw something really dazzling, like in an animated film. That was very special and very, live action films were not doing stuff as dazzling as that. So they made a big impression on me as a kid, as I think anyone who was around in the world at that time. Disney has shaped our imaginations in a lot of different ways.
You did an amazing job. It's so good. And then I'm going to see it again tomorrow.
Oh, great.
So,
You're going to be at the premiere?
Yeah, I'll be at the premiere.